So welcome student. Today we are going to discuss about the new topic that is called as a de Broglie concept of matter. So this de Broglie concept explain about the dual nature of the matter it is explaining. So we thought that it has the only one type of the nature, but if you see observely it has the two type of the nature. How it has the two type of the nature, how we confirm the two type of the nature. So now you can see that. So he said that in 1924, de Broglie proposed that matter has a dual characteristics just like a radiation. How radiation having the two type of the nature, like that only exactly same like that only it has also matter has also two type of the characteristics, that is called as a wave characteristics. Second one is called as a particle characteristic it is having. His concept was based upon the dual nature of the matter was based upon the following observation. Now you can see whatever the observations. Broglie's observation, the first observation, if you observe that the whole universe is composed of the matter and the electromagnetic radiations. So since these forms are transformed with each other, so matter can be converted into electromagnetic radiations converted into the matter. So it can be transformed into the with each other. This is the one observation. Second observation, you can see that the total universe composed of the matter. The matter loves the symmetry. So matter loves the symmetry. As the radiation has the dual nature, matter should also possess the dual characteristics. So you can see that matter is existing and radiation is existing. So radiation possesses the dual characteristics. So at the same time, matter also should possess the dual characteristics. Why? Because nature loves the symmetry, matter loves the symmetry. This is the two observation made by the de Broglie. Based upon this observation only, so he proposed that matter has a dual characteristics. Observations according to the de Broglie, according to the de Broglie concept of the matter, if you see that whenever the matter is moving, it shows the wave properties. So there will be a two type of the things is possible. One is the whenever matter is moving and when the matter is in the rest position. You can see that when the matter is in the moving positions, so it shows like a wave properties like interference and diffraction are associated with it. And in the states of the rest, then it shows the particle properties it shows. So according to the de Broglie concept, when the matter is moving, it will shows the diffraction and interference will show. So diffraction and interference are the properties of the wave properties. That means wave nature. So when the matter is in the moving positions, so that means that it indicated that it is showing the wave properties it will show. So whenever it is in the rest positions, so it will shows the particle nature. That means what? Matter showing the two different type of the properties in a different type of the position it will show. So this indicated that the matter showing the dual nature. Matter has the dual nature, it has the matter. So by this he proposed that matter has the dual nature. So the waves we are calling, the waves whenever it is the matter is moving, it will show the wave properties. The waves he call it as a de Broglie waves we call. Wavelength of the de Broglie's wave. So we have to calculate the wavelength of the de Broglie's waves. So consider a photon having the some energy. Consider a photon having the some energy. So according to the Planck constant, we know that E is equal h mu. This you can write h c by lambda. So for example, whenever this photon is moving, possesses some mass, then whenever it is moving, you can use the energy like this. But whenever it is in the rest position, according to the Einstein relative theory, you can write E is equal mc square. So this I can call it as a first equation, this I can call it as a second equation. If you observe that first and second equation, both energy is the common. So you can equate the both one. So energy is common, you can equate the both one. So hc by lambda is equal mc square. So c get cancelled, you can write h by lambda is equal mc. We want the wavelength. Why? Because we are calculating the wavelength we are calculating here. So you can write here, from this you can write lambda is equal h by mc. This is the wavelength of the photons. So this is the wavelength of the photon. So this is called as a photon wavelength. De Broglie photon wavelength. Photon wavelength. So lambda is equal to h by photon wavelength we calculated. From this, if I want the mass, m is equal h by c lambda. Okay. So now you can see the moment of the photon. So moment of the photon is denoted with the symbol p. P is equal m into c. I know that m is equal to how much? H by c lambda into c. So these two are get cancelled. So p is equal to h by lambda. From this you can write lambda is equal to h by p. This is the one equation. This is one equation. Lambda is equal to h by mc. Lambda is equal to h by p. The lambda is equal to h by p we calculate. So instead of this, a photon is moving with the mass m and velocity v. So then momentum will become m into v. So from this you can write lambda is equal to h by mv. So whenever it is moving with some mass m and the velocity v. So we know that lambda is equal to h by p. So p, we know that m into v, like this we can substitute it. So this is wavelength is called as a de Broglie wavelength. This wavelength we call de Broglie wavelength we are called. De Broglie has proposed some wavelength that we know that lambda is equal to h by mv. This we know. But in some special cases, it is correlated with some forms of energy. Like we have to calculate the wavelength of the electron, wavelength of the proton, wavelength of the alpha particle, relation between the lambda and the kinetic energy. So these are called as the special cases. We are calling it as special cases. Now you can see what is the relation between the lambda and the Ke. So lambda, we know that lambda is equal to h by mv. So you can see that kinetic energy Ke is equal half mv square. So in the both sides, so you can multiply this one half mv square with the m and divide the half mv square with the m. So you can get half mv square into m upon the m. So now you can write kinetic energy is equal half m square and v square upon the m. So now from this you can write 2 Ke m is equal m square and the v square. So from this we want to the mv, we want just to remove this square. So how can we remove this square? So now we can see 2 Ke m is equal mv. This you can write root also. So just you have to substitute this mv value in this. Lambda is equal h upon the 2 Ke m. This you can write lambda is equal h upon the root of 2 Ke m. This is the very useful. Based upon this numericals will comes, we have to solve these numericals. So okay. So here h is nothing but the Planck constant, joules we are taking. Kinetic energy is also we are taking as a joules we are taking. Okay. You can see the second case. A particle having the charge is q. So having the charge is q. Potential difference is v. So accelerated between the two plates. So having the potential difference is how much q. So this will be move this was, this will be mu, like this. So we can say that. So here q and v. Understand? Now charge is q and the potential difference is v. So then you can write the energy is the product of v and q. So from this how can we write the lambda? Lambda is equal to h upon the root 2 Ke m, we know that. So already we know how it is got the formula h by 2 Ke. So instead of the Ke, so this means what? This is the energy, no? So energy is nothing but Ke. So you can write h is equal lambda is equal h upon the root 2VQ m. This is the formula. When a particle having the it is accelerated with a potential difference v, we can write that h upon the 2 into v into q into m. So relation between the lambda and the kinetic energy we got. So next one you can see the relation between the lambda and the temperature. We know that lambda is equal h upon the root of ke m we got. So if you see that kinetic energy is directly proportional to the temperature. So coming lessons you can know the relationship. So kinetic energy is directly proportional to the T. So if you remove the proportionality constant, Ke is equal Ct. So just substitute the Ke value in here. So lambda is equal h upon the root Ct m. From this you can write lambda indirectly proportional to the root of the T. So from this you can write lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal root of T2 by T1. This is the very important formula while doing the advanced type of the numericals. So it is very important. So here, whenever if you see that mass is variables and temperature is variables, they are asking the comparing the lambda, they are comparing. So from this you can see that whenever the mass and variables, another small trick while doing this, mass and the temperature is variable. Temperature variable. So in given, so here mass is there. So mass is there. Mass is variable and temperature is variable. In that case, how we calculated the wavelength? So lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal m2 T2 upon the m1 T1. So no need to use the total formula h by root of 2 Ct m we should not use. Why? Because only the mass and the temperature is variable. So C is similar, H is similar, everything will get cancelled. So by using this we can easily calculate the relation between the two wavelengths we can easily calculate it. You see calculation of wavelength of electrons we can write like this, lambda e. So we know the one formula. What is the formula? Lambda is equal, just now we got now, lambda is equal h upon the 2ke. So 2ke. But here we are doing with the some charged particles. Of course, electrons is a charged particle. So you can write that V into Q into M. So here V is nothing but velocity, Q is nothing but the charge, M is nothing but the mass of the electron. So yes, we can substitute this one. So you can write lambda is equal h in the sense Planck constant. So what is the Planck constant value? You can see that 6.6 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules upon the 2 into. So we know that Q is how much? Q is equal V we don't know, V into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. So if you substituted this, whatever the values is there, if you substituted this, we will get the 12.27 root of V into 10 to the power of minus 10 meter. From this we can write lambda is equal 12.27 upon the root of V angstrom. We know that 1 angstrom is equal 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Calculation of the wavelength of the protons. We calculated the wavelength of the electrons, we calculated. Now you can see the wavelength of the proton, you can see. We know that lambda is equal h upon the root of 2 into V into Q into M. So here V is nothing but the plus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Mass is nothing but the mass of proton 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24 grams, and you can convert it into kg. H is equal to 6.6 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules per second. So we can get that 0.286 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meter upon the root of the V. We know that 1 angstrom is equal 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. So instead of the 10 to the power of 10 meters, you can substitute the angstrom. So lambda is equal 0.286 upon the root of V is equal angstrom. So this is the wavelength of the proton. So this is the wavelength of the proton. Calculation of wavelength of alpha particle, nothing but lambda of alpha particles. Alpha particles, we know that what is alpha particles? He plus 2, having the mass is 4. So we know that lambda is equal root of lambda is equal h upon the root of 2 into v into q into m. So lambda of the alpha particle you can see 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules per second is equal 2 into, so what is the q? Q is similar 1. See here 2 into, already 2 is there, but you can see that here h plus 2 in the sense already some charge is there here. So here 2 into 2 you can write, so 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 into 2 plus mass is equal 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24. But we have to multiply with the 4, we have to multiply. So each proton mass is the 1.672 into 10 to the power of 24. But mass of the helium particles will be like a 4 is the mass, charge is the plus 2. So into V. From this wavelength of the alpha particle we can write 0.101 upon the 10 to the power of minus 10 meters upon the root of the V. Just you have to, we know that 1 angstrom is equal 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Just substitute this, you can get lambda of alpha particle is equal 0.101 upon the root V into angstrom. So this is the wavelength of the alpha particles. Comparison of the proton, electron and alpha particles. So you can see that wavelength of the electron, you can see the wavelength of electron 12.27 upon the root V. Everything we have taken in the angstroms only I am taking. So next one you can see wavelength of the proton, you can see 0.286 upon the root V angstrom. Next one you can see wavelength of the alpha particle 0.101 upon the root V angstrom. So everything we can see in the angstroms we are seeing. So if you compare the wavelength of electron is greater than the wavelength of the proton, then the wavelength of the alpha particle. So this is the relation between the wavelength of the electron, proton and the alpha particle. See the one more numerical. Which of the following equation was suggested by the de Broglie? You can see that de Broglie lambda is equal h by p. You can write lambda is equal h by mv. This is the equation we know from the de Broglie's equation. Wavelength, these two we know. But here if you see this, this is not a correct. Lambda is equal to p by h. This is incorrect. And one more thing, they are talking about the phi r, 2 pi r they are talking about. So you can see that in the next session you can learn about the Bohr atomic model, then you can learn about the 2 phi r. So now you can see that one equation mvr is equal nh by 2 pi. Regarding this we will learn in the, we will discuss in the Bohr atomic model. So from this you can write mv is equal nh by 2 pi r. So here this is the first equation, this is the second equation. So mv value here we know, just replace this one. So lambda is equal h upon the nh into 2 pi r. So h get cancelled, you can write n lambda is equal to 2 pi r. So this is the final. You can check it, n lambda is equal to 2 pi r. First option A is the correct one. So see the next one. If E1, E2, E3 represented the respective kinetic energies of electron, proton, alpha particles, each having the same de Broglie wavelength. So wavelength is same. So they have given the energies, they have given nothing but kinetic energy. So we have to take the relationship between the kinetic energy and mass. So we have only one thing. So lambda is equal to h upon the root 2mke. This is what we have only. So lambda is similar. So you can write from this lambda root of 2mke is equal to h by h. H you can write. So from this I can write root of 2mke is equal h by lambda. If you want to remove this one, so 2mke is equal h by lambda whole square. So from this you can write kinetic energy is equal h by whole square 2m. So nothing but kinetic energy is inversely proportional to the mass. So mass is increasing, kinetic energy will be decreasing. So electron having the less mass followed by the proton and the alpha particle. So alpha particle having the more mass. So electron mass is 0.00548 AMU. So we can call 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kg. This is 1.672 into 10 to the power of minus 24. This mass is He plus 2 and having the mass 4 into 1.61. So automatically alpha particle having the highest mass is having. So now you can write E1 is greater than the E2 and the E3. So why? Because mass of the alpha particle will be like a more. So that's why you can write mass of alpha particle is greater than the mass of the proton. Mass of the proton is greater than the mass of the electrons. Okay. So this is the order E1, E2 and the E3. If kinetic energy of a proton is increased 9 times, the wavelength of the de Broglie wave associated with it would become. So now you can see, we know the one thing, lambda is equal h upon the root of 2ke and m. 2ke m. So now they are saying 2ke m. Of course, they are talking about the some charged particle, proton. This I am writing as a VQ. I am writing. Why? Because proton is a charged particle. So now what is the kinetic energy is increased. Initially kinetic energy is 1. Kinetic energy is increased 9 times. So I can write lambda is equal h upon the root of 9 times it is increased 9 ke into V into Q. This I can write taking out of the root 1 by 3 h upon the root of 2 ke VQ. So how many times it is increased? 9 times it is increased. So answer would be 1 by 3 times it will be de Broglie wave associated. So answer is 1 by 3 times. The de Broglie wavelength of an electron is traveling with 10% of velocity of light is equal to. So we know that lambda is equal to h by mv. So lambda is equal to h value is 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 31. Mass of the electron is equal to 9.1 into 10 to the, this is 34, 10 to the power of minus 31 into V. So V is 10% of velocity of light. 10% in the sense 10 upon the 100 into velocity of light 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. So 0 get cancelled. So you can write 3 into 10 to the power of 7 meter per second. So V just substitute this value 3 into 10 to the power of 7. So 3 1 0 3. So you can write lambda is equal to 2.208 upon the 9.1 into 9.1. If you do the simplification into 10 to the power of minus 10. So if you do the further simplification, you will get 0.242 into 10 to the power of minus 10. But answer is not there in this. So just how to do? So 24.2 into 10 to the power of minus 12 meter. We know that 24.2 1 picometer is equal to 10 to the power of minus 12. So answer is 24.2 picometer. See one more question. An electron with an velocity v is found to have a certain value of de Broglie wavelength. What should be the velocity of the neutron in order to obtain the same de Broglie wavelength? If you take the ratio, for example, I am taking that the lambda electron you can take, lambda neutron you can take. We know that h by mv, no, m electron and v electron. So here h upon the m neutron, v neutron you get. So h is the get cancelled. So electron and neutron if you take, electron and the neutron if you take. Why? Because they have given the electrons and neutrons they have given. So electrons and neutrons. So they are saying that obtain the same de Broglie wavelength. So we should not take this as also. Why? Because having the same de Broglie wavelength. So we get 1 upon the. So here m electrons and the V velocity electron. So Mn and the Vn. So this is what we want, the Vn by Ve we want. Vn by V. If you do, we know that this is the 180-37 is translated. So we can write 1 upon the 1837. See, one more advanced problem. The atomic masses of helium and neon are 4 and 20 AMU respectively. The value of de Broglie wavelength of the helium at 37 degrees Celsius is m times that of the de Broglie wavelength of the neon at a 727 degrees Celsius. What is the value of m? This is the 2013 advanced integer type question. So now you can see we have the formula lambda is equal h upon the, whenever we are dealing with that mass is different and that temperature is variable, that time you have to use the formula is equal root of 2mCt. This formula you have to use. So here lambda h, if we are talking about the lambda h is equal 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 upon the root of mass is equal to how much? Mass is equal 4 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27. Temperature we want. So temperature here minus 37 degrees Celsius they have given. We have to convert the degree Celsius into Kelvin. So plus 273. So if this is the minus now, so temperature will come like a 236 will come. So you can write here 236 into the C. So this is the equation 1. So lambda neon, if you see that 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 upon the root of 2 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27, but atomic number is 22 plus 2 into temperature also they want. So this is the temperature of the helium. Temperature of the neon you can take 727 degrees Celsius. We have to convert it into the Kelvin. So 273 Kelvin, we will get the 1000 we will get. So here you can write the 1000 we can write. But in the question they mentioned that it is a m times that of the de Broglie. That means lambda of the He is equal m into m times of the neon. So from this you can write, now you can write that if you do that the lambda He upon the lambda Ne, if you do the lambda He upon the lambda Ne, 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 upon the root of 2 into 4 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 into 236. So here you can see that this value is m times greater, no? That's why I'm giving m into 6.626 into 10 to the power of minus 34 upon the root of 2 into 40 into 2 into 20 into 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 27 into 1000. So 6.626 into get cancelled, 2 get cancelled, 4 1 is 4, 4 5 is 4. So 1.67 into 10 to the power of 1.67 into 10 to the power of 27 you will get. So by simplification, by if you do the simplification, we want the m value we want, no? So m value is lambda is similar. So m value is equal, if you do the simplification of this one, so you will get the 5, so 5000, root of 5000 upon the root of 236 you will get. So but they are asking that m value in a integer type they are asking. So if you do the simplification, m value we will get by 70 points. So we will get 4.6 like this we will get. That means you can take the value, integer value 5 we can take. If you see that a stream of electron from a heated filament has passed to charged plate kept at a potential difference V electrostatic units. If S and M are the charges and mass of the electron respectively, then the value of H lambda. So we know that lambda is equal H by m V we know. But here we know. But here they are talking about the one charged particle. Further only we have got the one formula lambda is equal H upon the root of 2V into Qm. V into Q into M we got it. So now you can see that H by lambda is equal root of 2VQm. but there is no option. So by example, Q is there. Q is nothing but charge. So charge of electrons. So nothing but I am writing it as a minus 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. So in place of Q I am writing the E. So root of 2 m eV. So if you see the option, second option is the correct one.